Happening now, breaking news, a Chautauqua County man is facing a slew of charges, both locally and federally, connected to crimes against children. We go live to the county courthouse for the latest in this case. Plus, why police say they're running out of Narcan, and it's becoming a problem for officers on the first line here in Jamestown.
Well, we have a better chance for showers and storms today. Some of them could pack a punch this afternoon. We'll time it all out next as the News at Noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now. This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
A 25-year-old Silver Creek man is facing dozens of charges in connection to alleged crimes against children here in Chautauqua County. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Chautauqua County District Attorney Jason Schmidt unsealed a 24-count indictment against Dustin Post, who's accused of 11 separate crimes of predatory first-degree sexual assault against a child, 9 separate crimes of first-degree criminal sexual act and first-degree rape, all felonies. The man also has pled guilty to producing and possessing child pornography connected to a separate federal case from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Buffalo. Joining us live from Mayville, where the DA's press conference just wrapped up moments ago, is WNY News Now's Matt Hummel, who has more on this horrific case. Matt.
Yes, Justin, specifically Dustin Post, a 25-year-old man from Silver Creek, New York, like you said, is facing a slew of charges in crimes that, according to the district attorney's office, occurred between September of 2015 through August of 2019. If convicted, District Attorney Jason Schmidt says that Mr. Post could spend the rest of his life in jail. Now, also speaking at the press conference was Assistant District Attorney Tracy Brunez, who talked about what exactly happened during the investigation.
He had access to these children by befriending the children's mothers or other caregivers. So these are children that were known to him, but unbeknownst to the parents or the caregivers, they did not know what had been going on with Mr. Post.
Now, I did ask U.S. Attorney Kennedy during the press conference what would happen should Mr. Post be able to make bail at some point here on the state charges. Mr. Kennedy indicated that Post would still be detained federally on those charges. And Chautauqua County Public Defender Ned Barone is representing Mr. Post thus far, or his office rather, in this case. I have reached out to Mr. Barone, but have not received a call back at this point for comment. Justin, back to you.
All right, Matt Hummel, live for us in Mayville. Matt, thank you. Now, the Chautauqua County District Attorney's Office is asking other victims in the community who might be connected to this case to call him at 716-753-4241. The number again is 716-753-4241. We, of course, will continue to provide coverage on this developing story online at WNYNewsNow.com and in our mobile app. Well, in other news we're following today, the unemployment rate in Chautauqua County went down last month. New figures released by the New York State Labor Department this week indicate the county's seasonally adjusted unemployment rate was 6.4%. That's down from March. This is the lowest rate since October. At the same time last year, the unemployment rate was a record high at 17.9%. The county's current unemployment rate is lower than the statewide rate of 8.2%. Now, the labor shortages around New York is caused by the extended unemployment benefits in the state. That according to New York State Senator George Borrello, who last week proposed legislation to end those benefits. Well, police in Jamestown are seeing so many opioid overdoses that they're starting to run out of Narcan on their shifts. As WNY News Now's Jason Ruttman explains, the concerning issue was discussed during the city's Human Rights Commission meeting last week. And actually, we don't have Jason's package loaded into our system, but we will provide more coverage online at WNYNewsNow.com. The group also discussed how used needles, which are littered all around Jamestown, are continuing to be an issue. The police department says don't touch them, but rather call officers at their non-emergency number. That's 716-483-7536, who will pick up those needles left behind. Well, the Chautauqua County Board of Elections has announced where early voting will take place for this June's primary election. Sites will be set up at the Chautauqua County Fairgrounds in Dunkirk and the Chautauqua County Board of Elections office in Mayville 10 days prior to the election, Saturday, June 12th through Sunday, June 20th. Hours for early voting will be Saturday and Sunday, noon to 5, Monday and Tuesday, noon to 8, and Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 to 6. Primary elections will take place for Democrat voters in the Legislative District 4 and Dems in the city of Dunkirk. Republicans in the Legislative District 18 and towns of Arkwright, Carroll, and Ripley will also vote. Chautauqua County's Republican Election Commissioner Brian Abrams tells us the early voting really helps provide additional availability to those looking to perform their civic duty.
I think it gives us, obviously 10 days of opportunity versus one. So I think if nothing else, it's a convenient method to encourage people and promote, people to participate in voting. That coupled with, basically what's considered no-fault absentee, I think that we've given voters an opportunity to vote at a more convenient pace for them.
Voters can cast a ballot either in early voting or absentee or on Election Day, which is Tuesday, June 22nd from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at their poll site. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now as we get a check of some local headlines this half hour. And one of the big things that our team's monitoring today is the weather forecast. Let's get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's live in studio with more on what could be some active weather this afternoon.
Yes, sir. And some spots yesterday had a little bit of rain. We have a better chance for that this afternoon. This is a live look over Olean. You can see the wet roads down there. There was a little bit of a shower and a little bit of a thunder shower that moved through there. 74 over 60, so we still have that humidity in play today. There's the radar. You can see these showers that have moved through so far this morning. These are not severe, but there is going to be a chance that a couple storms later this afternoon, along with that cold front passage, could produce a couple strong to severe storms. So in the wake of that, the Storm Prediction Center does have much of the southern tier and northwestern Pennsylvania under a slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5. There's a marginal risk, which includes the Lake Erie shoreline in the Buffalo and Rochester metro areas. So the yellow area is going to be our main concern today, which does include Jamestown, Olean, Randolph, all the areas across the southern tier. Of course, we've got the whole weather team here, and we'll be watching it through the afternoon. More details in the full weather segment later. 81 over 68 today, so it was a very humid start. 89 and 32 are the record highs and lows. So through the afternoon, showers are going to become thunderstorms in the afternoon. Some of them strong to severe with gusty winds and large hail, the main impact, 77 to 84. Now we dry out tomorrow, then we get more rain on Wednesday, then the holiday weekend. Not looking too bad. We'll talk about it in detail with that 7-day forecast later in the show. Justin?
A little light at the end of the tunnel there, Dakota. Thank you. Well, nearly 55% of people 18 and up in Chautauqua County are now vaccinated against COVID-19. That according to New York State's COVID-19 vaccine tracker, which reports more than 56,000 residents have received at least one dose of the shot as of this morning. This as the nation has reached what health officials are calling a milestone, with half of adults now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Mary Maloney with more.
The U.S. reaching a critical milestone. Half of adults are now fully vaccinated. On Tuesday, the White House marking the major development.
That number was around 1% when the president took office. So that's certainly a significant development.
The announcement comes as states brace for a busy Memorial Day weekend. New York City reopening beaches and taking its mobile vaccination effort to their and other city attractions.
You're going to see the buses, the vans. You're going to be able to go there, get your shot, and then hit the beach. And that's what we want for everyone. We want everyone to be safe.
Meanwhile, a second vaccine maker announces its COVID-19 vaccines are safe for adolescents. Moderna joining Pfizer in saying testing reveals their vaccine is safe and appears to be effective for children ages 12 to 17. Moderna says it plans to submit its results to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in June and hopes to get emergency use authorization. Adding to the vaccine supply as the nation's two largest public school districts announce a return to in-person classes 5 days a week in the fall.
Welcome back to school!
While schools in Los Angeles will also offer an online option, New York City schools will not offer virtual options.
There's a lot of money in the rescue plan for schools to upgrade their ventilation. There really is no excuse not to have full in-person classes.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
Mary, thank you. Well, quarterback Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills players are split on whether to get vaccinated at a time when Coach Sean McDermott is raising concerns his team could fall behind in having COVID-19 protocol restrictions loosened for the start of their training camp. In addressing what's becoming a diverse issue among several high-profile Buffalo players and at least one of their spouses yesterday, McDermott focused his message on attempting to educate rather than convince, as he put it, players to get vaccinated. Without saying how many Bills have received the vaccine, McDermott explained time is running short for Buffalo to return to a sense of normalcy in terms of holding full team meetings and practices.
There's a lot of debate about it out there. I know what I did. I know why I chose the route that I chose, and that's what I know the most about. And so, that's the decision that I made. But I think that I'll keep those conversations that I have with the team respectfully to inside the building for now. And but I think it's got to start with respect. And you always want to respect people's positions on things.
The number of vaccinated players could affect Buffalo's proposal to resume camp at his traditional preseason site in suburban Rochester, a year after all NFL teams were restricted to practicing on their own facilities. Coming up, the latest efforts to pass a bill that would connect food banks with local farmers. And later, how the Girl Scouts here locally are preparing to return to camp this summer. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Honest Jones has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Legislation that directs surplus agricultural products to local food banks is one step closer to becoming a law here in New York State. Senator George Borrello, who partnered with a downstate lawmaker to create the act, says the bill would make the Nourish New York program permanent. Passed through the Assembly yesterday. The Farm to Food Bank program was drafted after he heard some feedback from farmers and food bank alike last year. The two groups equally faced challenges during the height of the pandemic, with farms having a tough time selling some of their products and food banks having a tough time keeping their shelves stocked. Well, the senator says over the last 11 months, the effort has grown into a vital new channel for moving fresh farm products to those in need. The bill now heads to the governor's desk for its signature. Well, President Joe Biden has yet to get Republicans to see eye to eye with his sweeping infrastructure proposal. Hoping to break the stalemate, the White House offered a $1.7 trillion counterproposal last week. Press Secretary Jen Psaki says it came with the president's full approval.
He was in the Senate for 36 years. I can promise you he does not take a hands-off approach to legislating, negotiating, and determining what kind of counterproposals we should put forward. Now, we put forward a counterproposal that reduced that cut the price tag by $550 billion. We felt that was a good faith effort. And we look forward to getting a counterproposal back from the Republicans, which we've seen they've conveyed we expect to get later this week.
Now, Psaki wouldn't say if the Democratic caucus was unified in the event the White House is unable to get the Republican support. Republican senators are expected to announce a new counteroffer on infrastructure tomorrow. Well, starting today, airports are going to be bustling as people head out of town to kick off the unofficial start to summer. Taking a road trip yourself, you'll have some company when you hit the highway. And Royal Caribbean just got the thumbs up from the CDC to do their first test cruise. Britt Conway with more on what you need to know before you go.
Whether by air, by sea, or by land, Americans are taking back travel, thanks to more vaccinations and fewer restrictions. People in the industry say travel is in for a big rebound.
This Memorial Day weekend, you're going to start to see something that is unlike anything we've ever seen.
Which makes sense considering what this past year has been like.
When things are taken away from you, you want it more. What was taken away from us? Traveling and connecting with other people.
But connecting might cost you. AAA says Memorial Day travelers will pay the highest gas prices for the holiday since 2014. And the nation's major airlines say airfare costs are near or even above pre-pandemic levels. You still need your mask, though.
This is a federal mandate, and it is based on a CDC order.
The FAA says it's gotten 1,900 reports of passengers violating the mask requirement. But it's not just pushback against masks. The FAA says incidents with unruly passengers have become a big concern. A Southwest Airlines flight attendant was assaulted this past weekend. The union for the airline's flight attendants is calling for more safety regulations, and the FAA says they're fining people. We're talking thousands of dollars here. So pack your patience and prepare.
Talk to your airlines, talk to your airports, talk to your destinations, talk to your hotels.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. Well, older Americans are putting on sneakers and hitting the gym today. That's because it's National Senior Health and Fitness Day. Many organizations, including churches, hospitals, and senior centers, are partnering with the Mature Market Resource Center to bring activities to older citizens. Another option could be to start a fitness routine at home with online instructions. Some of the benefits seniors enjoy from being active include lower blood pressure and the ability to live independently. And remember to check out the hashtag Senior Health Fitness Day on social media for more ideas to help the older folks in your life be active. Certainly, I know a lot of older people who they walk every day, and it certainly pays off. They look good and feel good. So good luck, and thank you for really working out, because it means a lot. Well, let's get to Dakota now, because I know you're busy in the First Defense Weather Center, Mr. Hunter. We hear that a severe thunderstorm watch about to be in place for, I imagine, parts of western New York today. What's the latest in terms of this severe weather that's coming?
Yes, so just posted just a couple of minutes ago by our real-time chat with the Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, which issues the watches, they are going to be issuing a severe thunderstorm watch pretty soon, which would likely include the southern tier and northwestern Pennsylvania. That is not in effect now. They are in the process of working that up, so that'll probably be issued within the next hour or two. And of course, we'll keep you updated right here. The whole weather staff is here today. So let's go right to the graphics, and wanted to show you something a little bit more calmer to start off the weather segment with. How about the sunset last night? Justin, you took this in Randolph last night, and last night actually was a full moon, and it actually looked pretty nice, minus the cloud cover that was in the way after we got those clouds out of the way. And if you have any pictures or videos of the weather, Hunters WX on Twitter and the First Defense weather page is how you send it to us. And the good news is we've been harping on this recently, but we need the rain, and we're going to get some. 6.17 inches is the rainfall total since the beginning of March. That's over 4 inches below normal, where we should be for the season. And the good news is we're going to get some rain here, but unfortunately it has to come with some severe weather. There's actually a moderate risk out here, a level 4 out of 5 for portions of the Midwest. But around here, the southern tier is under a standard slight risk. That is a level 2 on a scale of 1 to 5, and that's all this yellow area. The dark green is a marginal risk. That's the lower end risk, 1 out of 5. So you can see that marginal risk includes areas near the Lake Erie shoreline, and then the inland areas into northwestern Pennsylvania has that slight risk. And again, there will be a severe thunderstorm watch coming likely within the next hour or two. So the main impacts here is mainly going to be strong winds, some large hail, heavy rainfall. The tornado threat is relatively low, but there could be an isolated spin-up tornado somewhere within there. It's the same thing we always say when it comes to thunderstorms. You expect the unexpected. And the start time actually was around noon. We've actually kind of pushed it back to about 1 or 2 o'clock. That's probably when the storms will likely start to initialize, when we'll start to see the most severe activity. But lots of clouds downtown right now, but no rain. 74 with a west wind of 17, wind gust of 25, and there's that icky dew point of 63. Now, after a cold front moves through, we're going to see cooler air and also less humidity as well coming in for tomorrow. So on the radar, this is pretty much what's left of that shower that kind of moved through Cattaraugus County. It's now out into Allegheny County. We do have one little lone lightning strike showing up within that. Now, as we swing you down into northwestern Pennsylvania, this is moving out of Warren County, going into McKean County. So again, this is moving out near Sheffield, east of Clarendon, and then moving out into McKean County, but otherwise, or Potter County. So otherwise, that's it. But there's the cold front right there. All of this activity has sparked out ahead of the cold front, and that is the main trigger today with the showers and thunderstorms. After that front moves through, you know what happened. So here's Future Scan for you. This is a super high resolution computer model, and you can see the showers and thunderstorms popping out ahead of the front. And any one of these could be strong to severe with damaging wind gusts, large hail, heavy rain, and again, the tornado threat low, but not zero. So again, expect the unexpected. And again, we'll see a couple more showers, maybe a couple thunder showers this evening. That clears out for tonight. Tonight should go partly to mostly clear overnight. Tomorrow will likely start dry. Then we'll keep the dryness in place for tomorrow. But then as Friday, another storm system heads our way, actually to our south. That will bring us more widespread rain showers, just rain, no thunderstorms on Friday. So here's storm potential. And again, this is a product we have in Future Scan that tries to show you where the better chance for thunderstorm development will be. And we're looking for the greens and the reds, all the darker colors, and you can see we actually have the better chance for that down across northwestern Pennsylvania and down across the extreme southern tier. So that'll be the best chance for the thunderstorms today. If you're near the Lake Erie shoreline, you likely will be protected by a lake breeze today. So again, the lake breeze often kind of, moves storms away from the Lake Erie shoreline. So here come the next 7 days of your life. Refreshing air tomorrow, 66, then 50 on Friday. It's just going to rain all day. Then 57 on Saturday, a morning shower dries out. A chilly day on Sunday, or a chilly start. Memorial Day, nice, 71, and we'll keep the dry weather going into early next week. We'll take a break and be right back.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Slow down, and move over.
When you see signs,
lights,
vests?
Please, give us some room.
Slow down. Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please.
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
Move over.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Well, after over a year of being stuck indoors, the Girl Scouts of Western New York are gearing up to head back to camp this summer. As WNY News Now's Julia Gress reports, preparations are already underway on the 4 programs slated to take place, including camp in Randolph.
We're super excited that we got the green light to move forward this summer. So it's going to be, back to basics, really. It's like swimming, boating, arts and crafts, nature, hiking, archery, outdoor cooking, sleeping out, so all those fun things that girls have not been able to do for almost 2 years now.
Though the girls had virtual programming last year, Director of Camp Administration Janet DiPetrillo says feedback so far indicates they are excited to go back in person this summer.
Just to receive some of the emails, I know one little girl responded, I don't care what I have to wear, I don't care what I have to do, and all I want to do is just be at camp this summer. So so we're just thrilled that we're able to make this happen for them.
Even though it'll look a little different at Camp Timbercrest, with public health precautions in place, girls can still look forward to night activities like glow-in-the-dark tag, hiking, and kitchen raids. There are also canoeing and backpacking trips offered near the Allegheny National Forest and Allegheny Reservoir. Camp Timbercrest encourages girls to utilize the newly installed archery range, earn outdoor badges, participate in cooking challenges, and even take part in a zombie survival program. The organization has COVID-19 protocols in place to ensure the health and safety of those at camp.
Programs that typically would be able to take 30, sometimes 40 girls have been reduced to 10. Some 15, so that we can simply be able to maintain social distancing. Although girls are used to traveling in patrols, is what we say, or in buddies, obviously this year we're going to be doing small cohorts or pods.
The way parents visit the camp is also changing a bit.
One of the biggest changes parents are going to see is that all registration, drop off, and pickup of their children will be done strictly in the parking lot. And so one of the ways that we're trying to curtail and minimize that risk is parents will not be allowed, parents and guardians will be not allowed on property. All of that will take place in the parking lot.
Enhanced cleaning procedures and hand washing stations have been put into place. The organization is also looking to hire new cleaning specialists for this purpose. Overnight camps will run from Sunday to Friday starting July 4th. For more information on this, visit gswny.org. For WNY News Now, I'm Julia Gress.
Julia, thank you. The camp is also in great need of workers this summer. To learn more about how you can help their mission to empower girls, visit their site, gswny.org, and click on the Employment tab. It's amazing to see, and it sounds like a lot of people, Dakota, excited to get back out in the great outdoors after a year of being stuck inside in many cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was lucky enough last year to be able to get out and golf a couple of times. Yeah. So, at least in a way, I wasn't as cooped up in the house as some others because I was able to go out and golf and at least that's a good socially distant activity.
Absolutely, and I imagine that from looking at Julia's report, they have so many safety precautions in place, and at the end of the day, when you're outside, you're able to be physically distant from others as well. So what a better way to really spend the summer. So again, gswny.org for girls, whether you're a Girl Scout or not, who maybe are interested in taking part in some of the activities they have there, they can do that. So great report nevertheless. And got to give a shout out to Scott Lux, the property manager there. Thank you for touring us around and showing off the great hard work that you all do. Well, that's going to do it for us today. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. Programming note for you tomorrow. We had a little bit of a technical oopsie with our report about Jamestown police and Narcan. We'll air that tomorrow on the show here, so be sure to tune in.